Hello, and today's a different one. It's just Motormax. This is my first experience with Motormax premium stuff. It's very interesting. It is kind of their 164 dioramas. This is from this is the box it came in. Well, sort of a window box. It's just like a cardboard covering. This is from American Graffiti Moments in Time 164 Series 3. This answers a big question for me, is how to spell Motormax exactly. And I think here we can pretty safely say Motormax is supposed to be one word, and in here it's actually the second M is not even capitalized, so that's good to know. Yeah, this one I got for a pretty good price. I'm just interested to look at it. I've had it watched on eBay for a long time before I finally decided to pull the trigger. This is I mean, Motormax, if anyone's familiar with the movie, it's George Lucas's second directorial. His directorial debut was the sci-fi movie THX 1138. 1138 obviously is a number that's referenced a lot in sci-fi, especially in his own Star Wars, and it came out in '71. I think American Graffiti came out in '73, but I can't be sure. Obviously, as the original Star Wars, the Star Wars came out in '77. So I think timeline-wise that kind of lines up, right? But this obviously has nothing to do with American Graffiti, the movie, because that movie came out long before the second generation Crown Victoria came out. It says Bustling Metropolis, and unfortunately it does not feature the Metropolis from Fritz Lang's movie. Metropolis was like high-rising skyscrapers, a giant weird clock thing that's manually operated, or flying cars. Great movie, by the way, if you're interested in like classic black and white modernist movies. Metropolis, definitely something you need to check out. Love that film. This is Metropolis is obviously in New York City, Times Square specifically. You can see Times Square 42nd Street Station, so as someone who lives in New York, this is very cool to have. And it says City Taxi. You might be able to tell already, the figures are kind of have their own stands here, but the underside is not exactly glued. Well, it is glued in, but you can probably easily take it out with like acetone or something. I'm curious. I don't think I'm gonna do that, at least not anytime soon. This here is stickers, which you can see is kind of peeling off. Shame. And back here is kind of a plastic backing card with another big sticker over it. You can see LG, you can see some of the other companies. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, as someone who lives in New York, it's nice to have. I don't live anywhere near Times Square, and I actually haven't been there a lot, but still it's cool. The main, also on the figures, you can see next to some of the other stuff. For instance, this Johnny Lightning, Dr. Evil from what's that movie series? What's this guy's name? Oh great, I haven't seen it yet, by the way. There's so many classic movies I haven't seen. I haven't seen Back to the Future or Ghostbusters. Every time I'm like, should I watch like a classic movie that everyone loves, or should I watch like a weird 1970s Czechoslovakian weird surrealist horror movie? It's always going to be the latter. I watched it recently, by the way. It's called Valerie and Her World and Her Week of Wonders. It's not a porno, despite what the title might make it sound like. It's a great movie. Powers, Austin Powers, right? So these two are from Austin Powers. You can see the Motormax characters are a little bit larger than them, and this is a driver figure from Greenlight again. So Motormax is definitely runs a little bit larger, their figures at least. And there's another businessman with a suit and a briefcase right there. And down here over at the subway station, you can see there's a woman walking down, although she has like kind of a bit of a weird lean, which something happened to her, I don't know. But overall, cool characters. Nice subway station entrance slash exit. Nice lights, although they're not colored at all, which is a bit of a shame, but that's fine. And yeah, so it does say all the packaging that I threw across the room is This basically says it fits any 1/64 scale car. And this one, before I get into it, it's not 1/64, so having 1/64 cars, a lot of them might run a little big. This is a 1/64, and you can see, yeah, it's already filling up the entire corner. So there's a lot of these dioramas. A lot of them go for a lot, or at least the sellers are trying to sell them for a lot. Don't know if they succeed or not. But this one is definitely not the best. But I'm curious to see what it's like. Anyway, enough with the diorama, which is very cool. But let's take a look at the car itself. And this is a Ford Crown Vic, Crown Victoria specifically. This is the second generation. You can tell. You can tell by the way it is. Now you can tell because of the kind of the nose of the car. Now this one has a metal body plastic base. A lot of these Motormax vehicles actually have metal bases. This one does not. Rubber tires. It's very nicely detailed. American Graffiti on the side. And this is the one a lot of I've seen a review from Champion DJK, and he was saying how he doesn't like the cars having American Graffiti written on their sides to indicate which series this came out, which I completely agree with. But this is great in my opinion. This one, it just integrates perfectly. It's kind of like a taxi, an ad, right? Advertising the movie American Graffiti, which is perfect. Like, love it. I will watch American Graffiti one day, but like, just referencing like a classic movie, it's so great. It's a sticker, which is unfortunate. I don't like stickers in part because they just peel off so easily after a while. The glue just starts, a lot of them, which is why even when I get Lego sets, I never put on the stickers because it will go wrong in time, sooner or later. Also, it says here, visit Motormax Steakhouse. This is not a real thing, right? Today, and receive 20% off food. I'm gonna give them a call. Taxi fare. All of these are printed, and it's really, really nicely detailed. Very nice. The rims look really, really nice. Yeah. Good looking car. Unfortunately, it's not 1/64, but it's cool to have in the collection nevertheless. Just gonna give it one nice rotation. And this is obviously not true 1/64. This runs way too small, and I do have a couple of other Crown Vics to compare it to. So this is the Matchbox version of the Crown Vic police car. You can see they're roughly the same size. Yeah, they're pretty much the same size. I think the Motormax version might be just a teeny little bigger, and it also has slightly higher stands. And they all have top inserts, which is fun. For this one, is obviously a light bar, and it's part of the interior. It's part of the window piece and the headlight piece. This one is out of my collection, by the way. I don't like it, and it's gone. The way I usually do it is I post a screenshot on Reddit. It's like, not a screenshot, post a photo on Reddit. It's like, if you want this, you can just get it for nothing but shipping, and if not, these are going to Goodwills. And is this one of the one? Yeah, this is 171. So the Motormax version should be roughly around 171 as well. The other one I want to compare it to is actually the Crown Vic that I still have in my collection. Is not going away. This is the Diorama version. Random ass company that I've never heard of, basically. So this one is a little bit bigger, so this is probably more close to 170. Yeah, I keep it for one thing because it's a brand that I don't know a lot about. I do like to keep a couple of vehicles from a brand. And second of all, this is just better. This is better than the Matchbox version, which is a bit crazy. So this will probably be around 170, if not 69, 68, something like that. Oh, and speaking of Diorama, by the way, last time when I looked at Diorama, I didn't know what this is. One of the things I thought about is it might be a G-Wagon, which turned out it is. I was in Diecast Direct's website. I was randomly looking around, hoping to find some like cheap some European brands, and hopefully they sell them for cheap. Didn't really work out, but I did find Seiko, and Seiko's G-Wagon command vehicle is exactly like this, which is interesting. So I wonder if they share their castings, or if one bought the other or something like that. But it's cool to know it's a Mercedes G-Wagon. But obviously we're not here to talk about Diorama or Matchbox. But we're here to talk about Motormax. It's a good looking vehicle. Not true on 64, but really good to have nevertheless. Some nice printing on the side. Would have preferred if the ad is in print instead of stickers, but it still looks good. See, like the corners already kind of going out already, which is, yeah, definitely a shame. And since they integrate American Graffiti to the side of all of their models in this series, I think this is like the cleverest way to get it. And this is, for me, is not only not a detraction from the model, this is a great addition to the model. Like, if I have like a city diorama and I don't worry too much about scale, I can just have a taxi in my city advertising random old, well, not really random, very, very famous old movies. And this will be nice. Can you imagine having cars like advertising the magnificent Andersons or Ambersons or The Bird or like all kinds of classic movies, man. I can basically have a movie chain, basically the one that Tarantino has. It just plays nothing but old movies, classics, or shitty B movies. That will just be so cool. But yeah, this is my look at this Bustling Metropolis diorama. Pretty cool, and I think this is definitely one of the cheaper ones you can get. You can get it from Amazon. If you're in the United States at least. eBay, they go for pretty cheap as well. It depends on which one you find that turns out to be cheaper. Cool thing to have. Definitely feel pretty cool to have. Yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.